In a world of ticking gears and copper clouds, lived a small robot named Stannum. He was crafted entirely from polished tin, making him shine brightly under the amber sun of the Clockwork Isle. Unlike the heavy iron guards, Stannum was light and agile, spending his days oiling the smaller springs of the city. But a dark disease called the red rust began to spread through the island. It was a silent corruption that made the great gears groan and the clocks stop. Stannum watched with a heavy heart as his neighbor's joints became stiff and covered in thick orange flakes. Stannum decided to seek help from Elara, the island's oldest and wisest mechanic. She lived in a tower made of recycled telescopes. She told him that the only cure was hidden deep within the Great Spring, the engine that powered their entire world. They prepared for the journey through the pipe forest, a place where the steam pressure was unpredictable. "It may be a dangerous path," Elara warned as she handed him a special wrench. "The Isle depends on your ability to reach the center before the rust takes hold of everything." As they ventured deeper, the ground began to vibrate. Suddenly, a massive steam beast, a guardian of the pipes, rose from the shadows. It let out a deafening roar that shook the metal trees and sent clouds of soot into the air. Stannum froze, his metal plates rattling with fear. Elara stepped forward, her voice calm despite the shaking ground. She looked at Stannum and said, "True courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important." Inspired by her words, Stannum found the strength to move forward. Suddenly, the ceiling above them groaned. A sudden collision of falling scrap metal crashed down, creating a wall of junk that separated the two friends. The path back to Elara was blocked by heavy iron beams and broken cogs, leaving Stannum alone in the dark. Stannum realized he had such a small and slender frame that he could fit through the narrow gaps in the debris. While the larger robots would have been stuck, his tin body allowed him to wiggle through the tightest spaces. He realized that his supposed weakness was actually his greatest advantage. He finally reached the Great Spring's central lever, which was covered in thick, stubborn rust. He gripped the handle and pulled with all his might. He wondered if his small muscles would be enough to move the heavy mechanism. With a loud, echoing clank, the lever finally shifted. Pure golden oil began to flow through the pipes, washing away the red rust instantly. The island began to hum with life again as the gears started to spin smoothly. Stannum and Elara were soon reunited on the surface, watching the sunset and knowing that even a small robot could save a big world.